Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario, and I'm sliding down the slide. So yeah, we only have one more letter to get before we go back to Parakarry. In the meantime, while I go to get that letter, I will be talking about accordions. Why accordions? Well, lately I've been listening to music, and I like orchestrated music, but like one thing I've been really interested in listening is like game remixes of just using one instrument, like piano remixes of just one song, and accordion remixes. And one thing I found is a lot of Nintendo music sounds really good with the accordion. Like Mario theme, Zelda, even Zelda theme, it sounds like it was almost made for the, well, not necessarily made, but it was made with, it sounds really good. And the accordion, I know a lot of people make fun of it, and they're like, oh, it's good for polka music. It's not really that, a serious thing. But I don't know, I just really love the sound of an accordion. Like, there's this guy I watch who has videos that I've subscribed to that has Claker's Cavern remix of with an accordion. It just sounds really, really good, and like this piano music that just sounds really good. Like just a song just using the piano. Like that's something I'd learn. Just guitar remixes of songs. Like orchestrated is great, but I've been really interested in listening to just single songs of or songs using just a single instrument. It's just something that really is interesting to listen to. Instead of just listening to it orchestrated, because like a lot of the orchestrated stuff sounds great, but it's like you can only go so far with orchestrated. You can do quite a bit by using different instruments. Anyway, Parakarry is going to join us because he wants to find letters. So he has the move of being able to lift us over platforms. And yeah, almost all of the partners in this game their powers are used in the next game besides one. So yeah, Parakarry's is very similar to the Yoshi partner, who is actually a combination of two partners, technically. Kind of, but not, kind of. But anyway, now we have Parakarry. Parakarry is pretty awesome. Now, I did say that I would be, or people, I think at least one person, but that was enough for me to say, okay, I'll do that. Maybe there was two. But people wanted me to do, show the moves as soon as I got them. I didn't show Parakarry's moves because, I forgot to record it, or I was recording this at the time before I posted the video, so, I didn't use his moves, beforehand, but, I do use them pretty soon. Like I use both of them like in the same battle, so it's not that bad. Now we got the Quake Camera badge. I love the Quake Camera badge. It's really useful for taking out a bunch of enemies, especially like the clefs. It really takes care of the clefs. If you didn't feel like using Bumbat, it takes care of them all at once because it does 2 damage to all enemies, so it can really do some good damage against them. So yeah, I love the Quake Camera badge. I think I show that here. I think I show the use of the Quake Camera. Yeah. Quake Camera. So, let's see, but yeah, I'll show Parakarry's moves later now. I will be starting to, like, power up my partners. I will be showing those moves as soon as I get them, so don't worry about that. And from now on, like, future partners, I'll be showing their moves as soon as I get them, no matter, like, when the battle takes place, but I didn't do it for Parakarry, so I apologize. Let's talk to this bulb and get another seed. But yeah, let's see what else. Galaxy 2 and Metroid Other M and other stuff was released with Nintendo's media conference last week. Now, I'm kind of surprised to an extent that Galaxy 2 was given such a quick release date. Like, it was such an early release date, considering the fact that, it's not like the winter, so I'm wondering what they're going to be announcing for, like, winter. Because all companies have big releases for the winter because, it's the holidays. You get good money from that. But, I'm not extremely surprised, though, because think about New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is probably a really good game. A really great game. It was just announced at E3 and then was released that November, so it wasn't that far along. My thing with Nintendo, like with Twilight Princess, for example, they announced it ahead of time, and they gave a release date for it, and they kept changing it because they wanted to make sure the game was good. They didn't just want to release something that, without actually, they didn't want to release something that was just crap. They wanted to have as much time as they could to develop the game, which I'm fine with. I agree with. You should have as much time as you can. The problem with Twilight Princess, though, and this is not really Nintendo's fault at all, but more as with having so many close release dates, it built up the hype so much that when most people play Twilight Princess, they didn't like it as much as they would have if it wasn't hyped up as much. So, I think I don't think you should give a release date if you're not 100% sure, because I'm fine with, you know, that's my thing. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I guess my thing is I want Nintendo to make as good as games as they can, but I don't want their games to be kind of ruined by fans because they was hyped up so much. Granted, that's not really anything Nintendo did too much besides giving release dates. Here we have, I think, Condor. I don't know what is this guy's name? I forget. Anyway, if you say Luigi, you can get by without fighting him. If you say Mario, of course, you'll fight him. And if you say Princess Peach, you'll say this, and you'll fight him anyway. But Luigi's the only one you can say to get past him. I don't think it's Condor. What is this? Not Vault. Oh, maybe it is Condor. I'll see in a second. Let's see, what's his name? What's the name? Buzzar. Duh, why did I know that? Buzzar. I think it's... I don't know if it's female or not. It mentions having eggs, but I don't know. Anyway, Buzzar's not too difficult. I definitely recommend fighting him just for the experience. And yeah, I'm showing off Shell Shot, which is a useful move. It does 5 damage to, I think, only aerial enemies. And then 1 damage to, or not 1 damage, and then he has a Skydive, which will do damage. This is basically like a jump. Like, it's kind of like a jumping move, but it's not. But yeah, I'm because New Super Mario Wii was released, and then it was released in November, and it was really great. So they had already had work on it. So I'm assuming Galaxy 2 shouldn't be much different. And New Super Mario Wii, that's the thing, is like it didn't have too much information given about it. You know, it was kind of like it wasn't hyped up that much, and so when I played it, it was much. You know, it wasn't so much hyped up that I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't like have this godly image of it implanted in my mind. And so, like, that's the thing. I think that if you release too much information about a game, people are going to be so hyped up about it, but that when it comes out, it can never live up to their expectations. And it's not to say, like, again, it's probably the fans, but you know, I agree. Like, Twilight Princess for me was, well, not so much though, because like I was thinking of it as like Ocarina of Time, and I personally, again, am not a big fan of Ocarina of Time, so I can't really state that the hype really impacted me all that much. But yeah, I'm really excited about all the stuff they're mentioning, including like Metroid Other M. I think you can do it as either 2D or 3D perspective, which sounds really awesome, because I didn't like the fact that like a lot of the Prime games are 3D. I don't like 3D games all that, like 3D first-person shooter type games all that much. I'd be more interested in like if it was more like the original like Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion. And yeah, there's just they got at least some good information. And also, Mega Man 10 has come out at this point, so I've probably been playing that. And Cave Story finally has a release date, which I'm excited about. Took them long enough. Like I know, it was way too long of a delay. I don't really blame the company. I blame Nintendo, because they like put it in for release in September, and Nintendo delayed it, I think. Here we have Colorado. Colorado is the Koopa Explorer that has been mentioned. He is in Dry Desert looking for Dry Ruins. He will not find it because we will find it before him, but he comes in use later. Not so much in this chapter, but he will be useful later. Sorry, so first things first, we will give him the letter that Parakarry has. Now, if you ever go to someone who has a letter, just talk to them with Parakarry out, and no Parakarry will give them the letter that they need. And usually the reward is just a star piece. However, there is a trading side quest that I will get into after this chapter that involves a long line of delivering letters. And eventually we'll get a really good reward for that. I don't have much time left, but before I'm going to show a battle with a bandit. Bandits are only found in the desert, I think. But basically, they'll steal your coins if they knock into you, so you want to hit them before they run off with your coins. Because if they steal your coins and you don't hit them again, then the coins are gone. But otherwise, you'll get them back. They're annoying, but they're not too bad. If you defend you, they won't get any coins. It's the sun. The sun is in the background. Unfortunately, it's not the angry sun. Quick hammer. I love it. I love the quick hammer. Yeah, there we go. See, all the coins come back. They're like magnetic or something. Just kill these bandits. Also, before I finish, I have beaten. Well, technically, I still have like a few extra things. But I've beaten the main game of Starfleet. And I also beat Psychonauts this week as well. Finally, like I've been delaying that. Both games I recommend buying if you have extra money to spend, or if you can find them. The Starfleet shouldn't be that hard to find. Psychonauts, if you download it, it shouldn't be hard at all. But that's really all the time I have. Tune in next time for more Paper Mario. That's been Mig400 reminding you to cheesecake.